welcome to this reading. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what we get for your energy today. What are you currently at right now? Oh, Nine of Swords. There's a lot of anxiety, a lot of worrying. You are living in the future. A lot of anxiety and a lot of worrying. You know what they say about anxiety? Anxiety is us living in the future. There's a big need to come back to the present moment so we can figure out what we are actually doing, what we're actually creating at the moment. When we are in this state, it's very hard to make any plans that are in alignment, because the lack of action or the action that we take is going to be coming from fear. If we do nothing, we're paralyzed by fear. But if we do something from this state, it's gonna be probably something that's not in alignment, because it's stemming from fear and anxiety. Okay. It's saying at this time, don't do anything. Yeah. This is us planting seeds for a new chapter. And it's really urging us not to do that from this energy that we are in, because we're probably going to be planting the wrong seeds. And not that there's necessarily anything wrong or right, but for you specifically, the seeds that you will be planting from this energy are not going to be in alignment. And what does that mean? I want to explain to you what it means to be in alignment or out of alignment. In alignment, it's that thing that we create from what is truly valuable to us. I am sure that a lot of you understand that everything in the universe is neutral, and everything has meaning because we give it meaning based on what our soul is here to learn, is here to do. Based on that, we have desires, and those desires create meaning, right? Meaning as to what is valuable and what is not valuable for us. When we get so stuck about making the right choices, when we worry so much about the future, we are robbing ourselves the blessing of being in the present moment and tuning to our intuition and choosing paths that we want to go on, because we get so distracted with the noise, with the pressures, with the judgments of the world. And that's where you are at right now. You are at that place in which you don't know which way is up. There are many techniques that we can apply in order to help ourselves get out of this energy. And for you, it has something to do with resting. I see that you're gonna get some answers in your dreams. There's also a need for you to pray. And when I say pray, I mean talk to your spirit guides. Talk to God if you believe in God. Talk to the universe. Talk to whatever it is that connects you to faith. To faith that all will be okay, all is well. There's also something that I need to tell you about how you need to understand that there will be struggles in any path that you choose. There will be struggles no matter what you choose. Even if you choose nothing, there will be struggles because things will still continue to happen around you. And it is better to be the ones who decide which struggles we choose. And I understand that sometimes it's very, very difficult when we are in the middle of a struggle to understand the message of the pain that we are going through. And I have found that when the pain makes sense, meaning that when I have chosen a path and I am very aware of the difficulties on that path and I sign up for those difficulties, when I am in the thick of it, when I am in the thick of those difficulties, I understand the pain, and the pain doesn't have to control me anymore. It is only when we are not aware of the meaning of our pain, meaning that we're not aware what the pain is for, what is its purpose. It has the ability to take us off the path because we need to retreat and do some self-care to figure out what's going on. What is it that we're feeling? Sometimes we do know and we just need to rest, and that's fine. But when we continuously need to retreat from the world in order to make sense of our pain, it's a big indication that we are not conscious. We are not conscious of the exact path we are on, the outcome that we are searching for. We are not aware. And that is why there's that constant need to retreat and make sense of the pain. And well, that is where you are right now. You're trying to make sense of that pain, and it's urging you not to take any steps right now from this space. But after this, we have the Nine of Cups. If you take your time, don't make any rash decisions. Don't start investing in things that you're not sure about. Take your time, because this is what comes out after the Nine of Cups. This is personal fulfillment. Personal fulfillment is coming from this period of extreme anxiety. So if you take the time to understand the struggles that you are in, then you would find on the other side a level of satisfaction that is going to make it worth it. So it's important to right now speak to your pain. What is that pain telling you? Is it grief because you know that you need to maybe end a relationship? Maybe leave something that at one point was serving you, but it no longer is serving you? A situation, a job? What is it that is causing you to feel so anxious about the future? So anxious about your ability to deal with what's coming in the future? Because that's what anxiety is. It's lack of trust that whatever happens, we will know how to handle it. It's a period of rebuilding your self-trust. This is a card that speaks about independence. I think that this is telling you to not glamorize doing it all alone. Don't glamorize hustling and being hyper independent at this time. It seems that for a lot of the people that take so much pride in being independent and doing it alone and proving something to yourself or others that you can do it all and you don't need anyone, that is a problem. That is a problem that we have in society because it goes against our human nature of interdependence. Of course, there are times that we need to recognize that no one is going to rescue us, but this is where you are right now. Nobody is going to rescue you from this energy. This is something that you need to help yourself with. You need to find ways to reconnect with your faith. That's why I'm telling you to pray, to meditate, to talk to your guides, to ask for help, to ask that they show you the way. That is the thing that we all need to do individually. But there is nothing wrong with asking help from your resources. People are resources. Friends that can talk to you. People that can support you through a hard time of your life. People that can offer you a breather. Like, at this time, I really, really want you to recognize who in your life is there to support you. And cherish that. Cherish that, because it is true that without burning the bridge, sometimes we will not dare to forge a new one. Or what do they say? Without burning the boat, we will never swim. Some people who have found themselves in those situations, they have no choice but to do it. If the boat burned, then they have no choice but to swim. I think that this is reminding you that you don't need to be in a situation where the boat burned in order for you to commit to something. Perhaps this anxiety in this present moment is from not being able to recognize what resources you actually have, what help you actually have. It's important to I keep feeling that it's important to center yourself in order for you to be able to see what you actually have available to you and use it. And use it because it is not the ultimate truth that only by burning your boat you will learn how to swim. But it's also important to recognize that you have to be grateful. Grateful for the people, the resources that you have, the health that you have. You have to be grateful for that in order to, the crows. You have to be grateful for that in order for your mood to be more elevated. This is an illusion. This is an illusion. The world is full of resources, and this is an illusion. Don't stay here. Don't stay here. Do everything you can to come out of that and see what's actually available to you. Okay? I see this lack of motivation. I think that whomever I am connecting with has lost passion, motivation, and you are sitting there wondering, where did it go? What do I do? Where do I go? What do I actually want? And maybe it's important that you recognize that at this time in your journey, you perhaps have lost motivation because you have lost a lot of those layers that were very, very ego driven, those identities that were very ego driven, like the things that were motivating you before were very much ego driven. Nothing wrong with the ego, but they were not grounded in what you actually value, in what it's actually authentic to you. So once you woke up from the illusion that of control, from the illusion of control, what do I mean by the illusion of control? The illusion that you had to follow a certain path, that certain things that were pressuring you or telling you to do your life a certain way, those systems were illusions of control because they kept you going in the direction that they wanted you by applying certain pressure in certain places that would make you pivot and go towards where they wanted you to go, which is usually a state of fear. So I believe that you are a person that had a spiritual awakening and found that inner joy, inner peace. You found it, and it felt great, and it felt like medicine. But at some point, it has kept you feeling like whatever used to matter doesn't matter anymore. The people, the situations, even the career that you chose, like nothing feels like it used to. This is about a stage of the spiritual awakening that happens to a lot of us, where we lose all motivation and we don't know what to do. And I think that's what you are going through right now. You need to reconnect with whatever has meaning to you in order for you to be able to take the next step. What has meaning for you? Yeah, this has to be like a journal prompt for you at this time. That's why it's telling you, don't take any action. Don't plant seeds just yet. Go and work on this journal prompt that is going to reconnect you with what has meaning for you. Because a lot of what used to have meaning no longer does. And that's why you feel lost and confused and unmotivated. Because with the loss of that ego-driven energy, you are in a place of, you are in a state of just being. But probably the world continues to pressure you to make a choice, to make a decision, to go on a certain path, a certain way. And it has you all frantic, but it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. Just remember that. It doesn't have to be that way. Go ahead and journal. What has value for you? Reconnect with what has value and meaning to you. And the choices will start becoming more clear, and you will then start feeling like you can start planting those seeds, because you reconnect with what has value to you without denying the difficulties of the things that you want. The things that you want will come with some sort of a set of challenges. But when you are in the thick of those challenges, the pain will make sense and you will be able to persevere. You will find that different kind of drive that does not come just from pure ego, but it comes from a place of alignment. All right? I hope that this makes sense. I will see you in the next reading.